scored the only goal. But Malta have not won an away game in the European qualifiers for a decade now. That was a 1-0 success away to Armenia, where 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 was also on the mark, and Ukraine will believe they have the opportunity here to establish themselves as the main challengers to England with 3 points, and Italy not involved during this group in this current international break at the end of what's been a very long season. And although this game is being played on neutral territory, Ukraine are not lacking support inside this stadium. And just as they did in both Lodz and Krakow, Ukraine have received a very warm welcome. And there was sympathy from a number of the Maltese players for the situation that Ukraine's footballers and the country in general currently find themselves in. 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, the Maltese captain, winning his 75th cap this evening. And there is so much experience in the Ukraine team as well. Their captain, Ondrej Yarmolenko, playing international football for the 115th time. But youngsters have been given an opportunity here today from the start. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 and 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 are both involved in the 11. 1 or 2 supporters have made the journey from Malta, and they'll be familiar with this sort of weather as well. The temperature 29 degrees Celsius at kick-off time. And it's now a familiar sight with the Ukrainian players draping themselves in the national flag before kick-off. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 starting his 2nd successive qualifier, only 21 years of age. Part of the Shakhtar Donetsk team, which have won yet another Ukrainian championship this season. And Ondrej Yarmolenko, such a familiar figure at the head of the Ukrainian lineup. And there is a core of 30-somethings in this Ukrainian team, but youngsters are coming through into the side, and Sergei Rebrov will be keen to accentuate the new generation, both in these qualifiers and elsewhere in international football. Ukraine travelling to Slovakia for their latest European qualifier to face Malta. And the Ukrainians, one of 3 sides level on points behind England in this group, facing a side who are yet to pick up a point and have not won an away game in qualification for exactly 10 years. And before the action gets underway, we will pause for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up for the national anthem of Malta.
And understandably, so much emotion in the singing of that Ukrainian anthem. And maybe just a tear in the eye of Sergei Rebrov, such a legendary figure in Ukrainian football, now in charge of his national team. And Sergei Rebrov has rotated following the comeback win in Skopje. Mikhailo Mudryk among those starting this game on the bench. There are 4 changes in total. Joachim Konoplia and Mykola Matvienko are the fullbacks. Ruslan Malinovsky comes into midfield, and Vladislav Vanat leads the attack in only his 3rd appearance. Every match like this, an opportunity for Ukraine to make an international statement. But Malta, no, they could be in for a difficult evening. Rudy Bouquet of France is our referee. Benoit Milo is the VAR official. Steve Borges of Malta and Andrei Yarmolenko of Ukraine, the 2 captains. Three changes for Malta from their 4-0 loss to England. Ferdinando Apap is replaced by Jean Borges after his own goal on Friday. Yannick Yankam comes in for the injured Bjorn Christensen in midfield, and Ryan Kamazuli will be the left wing-back, with Kane Attard dropping out. Zach Muscat scored the only goal in the previous meeting with Ukraine in 2017. Pre-match huddle for Ukraine, just lingering before kick-off. Michele Marcolini, the Italian, now in charge of Malta. Sergei Rebrov, such a familiar figure on the bench for Ukraine. And Malta get this European qualifier underway in Group C in the white shirts, defending the goal away to our left in the first half. And here is Zach Muscat, who scored the winning goal when these two sides met previously in Graz in Austria back in 2017, and his clearance causing initial confusion before it was swept away by Borges. Now Kritsov and Ilya Zabarny, who sparked the comeback win against North Macedonia with the opening goal on Friday evening. Ukraine were 2 goals down with less than half an hour to play, but came back in stunning fashion. And Mikhailo Mudryk really took the eye with 2 assists. And Joachim Konoplia was one of the players who stepped off the bench to score. That was his first international goal, and he's been rewarded with a start here tonight. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, only 20 years of age, one of the youngsters also given an opportunity. And Sergei Rebrov with 75 caps and 15 goals as a player. Scored Ukraine's first ever European qualifiers goal to try and reach a World Cup back in 1996. Michele Marcolini did not quite reach those heights during his playing career, but had a good deal of success in Italy's lower divisions and was twice promoted to Serie A Woko, the player who went down there for Malta, challenged by Malinovsky. And Kirian Woko scored the only goal when Malta enjoyed a 1-0 success in Luxembourg 10 days ago to start this international window. And the back pass from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and it was causing problems for Trubin, and he'll be relieved. That was some distance from the goal, but the first corner of the game has been awarded to Malta. And this an opportunity to pack the penalty area. Muscat, Jean Borges and Steve Borges are all forward from the back. Jody Jones will be one of the targets, but it's met by Yarmolenko, Tuma, and eventually it is cleared away, and then guided all the way back by Umbong towards Henry Bonello. And Malta looking to play out from the back, and they've given the ball away. And the early cross into the penalty area, all the way through to Yarmolenko, and then fired back into the crowd, and there's confusion. That's a really good save, but the ball is loose, and Yarmolenko somehow unable to turn it in. It was Van Aert who almost came up with his first international goal, but Bonello denied him superbly, and Yarmolenko unable to put the rebound in. Matvienko with the initial cross into the penalty area, and it came back to Van Aert, who struck that with power, but Bonello getting down superbly, and then sliding in to make the challenge was Jean Borges. And it's only a corner when the Ukrainian captain must have thought he was about to score the opening goal. Well, it's been a dramatic start in both penalty areas, and the corner towards Yarmolenko, and then it was 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 who was coming in behind him, but Bonello able to make a more routine claim this time. Muscat, Umbong. He has support from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, who was taken off at half-time during the defeat against England, but starts tonight. Umbong, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, Tuma, Jean Borges, Kamanzuli, and Cam is forward again, and the cross is blocked. And it was Konoplia who was supported by Yarmolenko. This was the opportunity for Van Aert, caught it really well. That's an excellent save from Bonello, and Yarmolenko's shot was heading towards that near post, and Borges wasn't waiting to see if it was going to creep over the line. You may get a better view from here. Might not have been on target, but Borges taking no chances. Kamanzuli looking to get forward again, but it's a goal kick on this occasion. Vladislav Van Aert with 12 goals in 25 games domestically this season for Dynamo Kyiv. Very close to his first international goal there. Joseph Umbong will take the throw-in forward towards Nwokwo, but clearance is charged down. Matvienko, though, able to get the distance. And there was a late challenge there on this near side on Tzagankov, but play continues. Yarmolenko, and support from Konoplia. Short to Sudakov. And the ball is played out because Tzagankov, who scored the winning goal in Skopje on Friday, a looping header following an excellent cross in from Mikhailo Mudryk. But he felt that was late, very late indeed from Zach Muscat. fairness to the Maltese player, he is coming across to check on him, but there is a word from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but no more than that. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is taken down by his forceful challenge at some pace. Player who was moved to Girona in Spain from Dynamo Kyiv. There we go. Well, he was maybe fortunate that Muscat didn't really make connection with his studs. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is back on his feet, and the ball is back with Henry Bonello. Matvienko. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. It's quickly cut out by Tuma. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 helps it forward. Tuma again looking to snap into the challenge with the help of Jan-Kam. There's Kamanzuli. Five of the Malta starting lineup play for Hamrun Spartans, who won the league title there this season, and they will be in the first qualifying round of the UEFA Champions League in only 3 weeks' time. The draw for that takes place tomorrow. They were the dominant team in Malta this season. Only their second title since 1991. Steve Borge, the captain, is part of their lineup domestically. Matvienko. Zabarnyi. He started well in the English Premier League with Bournemouth after moving from Dynamo Kyiv. Still only 20 years of age, he's had a rapid development for both club and country. And he scored his first international goal on Friday evening. And the same went for Uefa Konoplya. It was a very assured finish after a remarkable run from Mykhailo Mudryk. Malinovsky turning into traffic, and here is Tuma as a result of that. Goulommier, he's done well. A support from Jones. And Bonga's further forward, but Jones could let fly here, and he does, and it will go down as Malta's first shot on target. Comfortable save for Anatolij Trubin, the least experienced goalkeeper in the Ukrainian team, ahead of Georgi Buschan and Andrei Lunin, but Sergei Rebrov made that call. Ukraine have already been involved in 2 remarkable finishes during this international window, conceding 2 very late goals to draw with Germany, having been 3-1 up, and of course coming from 2 goals down to beat North Macedonia in their first qualifier. And they began with a 2-0 loss away to England at Wembley. Malta, of course, were beaten by England. English-born player Jody Jones with the shot there. It was a 4-0 loss on Friday. An early own goal, and England eventually scored with 2 penalties as well. They were 3 goals up at half-time. Sudakov The pass was just behind 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Mbong will bring the ball away. He was closed down by Stepanenko. Joseph Mbong. Born in Nigeria, but his father Essien also played for Malta. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 helped Dynamo Kyiv to great success alongside Andrei Shevchenko. Of course, they reached the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League back in 1999. And he has won the Ukrainian title as both player and coach, and also been a success elsewhere in Europe with Ferencváros and in the United Arab Emirates with Al Ain. And his final international goal came in the 2006 World Cup. Ukraine's only appearance at that level. In many ways, it was the last hurrah for a team which had performed so well with Rebrov and Shevchenko leading their attack. Well, that's a loose ball, though, from Stepanenko. And Ukraine have been careless at times in their defensive third already. Mbong with the throw-in. Now Jones. Tuma. Interesting ball in, and coming in was Kamanzuli at the far post, but it was read well by Konoplia. Yarmolenko looking to lead the counter-attack, but no free kick given. The challenge by Yankam. Now Tuma again. Yankam is forward here. And support from Kamanzuli. And the cross was blocked by 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and it will be a second corner for Malta. And it was Yankam who was lunging in there. But 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 clearly believed he got a stud on the ball. Corner kick here for Malta once again. And it's very deep, but it's read well by Truban. Muscat was the player who was coming just in front of him, looking to glance the ball on at the near post. Sudakov. Now Matvienko. Vanat. Well to hold off Steve Borge. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And Konoplia. Sudakov. Matvienko. Nicely done. Here is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Good cross in, and it's wide from Vanat. Another really good opportunity for him to score his first international goal. It was silky play from Ukraine down the left-hand side. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with a perfect ball in. But on the stretch, Vanat unable to hit the target. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 could not have done any more. But a lack of composure right at the end from the youngster. Now Tuma. Cut out by Konoplia. Yarmolenko was waiting for the ball through, but Malinovsky unable to find him. But it's a very open game. Tuma. And again, he's used the ball well, but Kamanzuli just taking his eye for it at the key moment. Ukraine looking to reach their fourth successive European Championships. Of course, they were the co-hosts back in 2012. and they failed to leave their group. They beat Slovenia in a playoff to reach Euro 2016, but then were beaten 3 times in the group stage. What was a tough group, including Germany and Poland. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Now Matvienko. Krytsov. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲 again. Ukraine's best run by some distance in a major tournament. In terms of the European Championships, came in Euro 2021 when they only beat North Macedonia in their group, but it was enough to send them through. And they then dramatically beat Sweden in the round of 16 before losing 4-0 to England in Rome. Yarmolenko. And support from Matvienko. The flick back towards 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Tsigankov. Yarmolenko again, but 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 coming back to do his defensive work. Guided back by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malta currently 172nd in the world. Only Liechtenstein, Gibraltar and San Marino are beneath them in terms of European teams. Yarmolenko again beating the offside trap. Van Aert was waiting, but Steve Borge got there first and Bonello was able to claim. And Yarmolenko is just picking up those pockets of room around the penalty area. The offside trap came out in instalments once again. Stepanenko. The league title this season, his 23rd major honour with Shakhtar Donetsk. Matvienko. Borge not fooled by the movement of Van Aert there. Sergei Rebrov will just want the opening goal here, because Michele Marcolini was talking in very respectful tones about the task facing his team this evening and the quality in this Ukrainian side. But at the moment, well, Ukraine have had more attempts on goal. Malta have had as many on target as their hosts here tonight, albeit in neutral Slovakia. And this the Anton Malatinsky Stadium, named after the former coach from Spartak, Trnava. He was a legendary figure here in the 1960s and 70s and took Spartak Trnava to the semi-finals of the European Cup back in 1969 before they were eventually beaten by Ajax. Jean Borge. It's a good ball, taken down well by Umbong, who was in behind Matvienko. Needs a good delivery, but he can't quite pick out the target. Unwoko was coming in. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. That was worked really well. Golomir riding the challenge of Malinovsky. Kamazuli with the cross. And this time 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is able to help it to safety. Tsigankov. Matvienko. It's given away again. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Nwoko. Back towards 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 again. It opens up for the shot, but he drags it wide. It took a deflection on the way through. It will be another corner. And Malta with another presentable opportunity. Held up well by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and then the snapshot from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And the final touch was off the Ukrainian defender. And we've gone beyond the midpoint of the first half, and it's another opportunity here for Malta. Their third corner. It's very deep, and it was looking for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but it was guided to safety by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will take this one. And it will be the in-swinger. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓰's delivery. Yarmolenko with the clearance. Bonello. Looking for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓰. And here is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Camazuli with the cross. Matvienko has given the ball away, but Jones puts it wide. What an opportunity for Jody Jones. The cross in from Camazuli, and Matvienko with a clearance which took a deflection off Jankam. And it fell for Jody Jones, able to set himself on the left foot. But he got the power, but not the direction. And Malta with a glorious opportunity to take the lead. And we now have a cooling break, with the temperature hovering just beneath 30 degrees Celsius. And it's an opportunity for Ukraine to regroup as well, because Malta causing unexpected problems here for the team, who are 142 places beneath them in the world rankings. But Jody Jones and Teddy 𝓳𝓸𝓲 have had really good chances, and Jones may not get a better one than that. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 forcing an excellent save from Henry Bonello early on, and also guiding the cross from Shigankov wide. And the drinks break is over. We will restart with a goal kick. Truban seeking out Yarmolenko, but here is Matvienko, who presented the opportunity to Jones, and he's given the ball away again. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓰. Bombong. He's been a tricky customer at times down the Maltese right-hand side. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. It's a good ball. Jones. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓰 is still forward here, and the cross was deflected. Guided clear by Yarmolenko. Malinovsky was closed down. Shigankov with a clever touch. And Van Aert gets the free kick. The French referee is doing his best to allow the game to flow. Stepanenko. Matvienko, who has just signed a new contract with Shakhtar Donetsk. Player who has been on the international scene for some time. This is 58th appearance, as again Ukraine have given up possession far too easily. And one or two things for 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 to ponder here. And a challenge from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Catching 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will be a free kick. Kyrian 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷, another player in the Maltese team, whose father played for the national side. His dad Chucks was involved when he was a youngster. Done by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but it was 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Now it's Malta's turn to cough up possession inside their own half. Malinovsky. Matvienko. And Krytsov. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is being given time here. Long looking for Shigankov. And Bong just losing the flight of it. Quickly forward again and hooked in by Matvienko, but simple for Bonello. And Malta have avoided the concession of early goals here, which was the main issue for them against England on Friday evening. But their coach Marcolini was bemoaning the missed opportunities at the other end, and maybe a similar story here for them. Only one goal in their 3 games so far, scored in the 2-1 loss against North Macedonia. They were beaten 2-0 at home by Italy, and of course 4-0 at home by England most recently. Konoplia, Malinovsky, now Yarmolenko, chopping back onto that left foot. Konoplia, Shigankov was shaping for the header, but so too was 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And Bong doing well, and he's got the free kick. Challenged by Matvienko, having beaten him to it. Half an hour played, and the Maltese coach can look back on some really good opportunities not taken. Muscat back to Bonello. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Now on Bong. Tuma. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 won't get that. Malta's last win in the European qualifiers came against Cyprus by 3-0 back in September of 2021. And their most recent point was also against the Cypriots in a 2-2 draw in Larnaca the following month. Victories are often very hard to come by for them in competitive football. And throughout their history, only 7 in 221 previous European qualifiers, as Van Aert went down there under the challenge of 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Nothing was given, though, and then Van Aert came in with that challenge on 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And Malta have the free kick. Referee just with a word for the 21-year-old. Players looking to take on fluids at every opportunity. Only 4 fouls in the game so far. It's moved on at a fairly brisk pace. Bonbon. Muscat. Space now for Touma. Plenty of space for Kamazuli on the left. Jean Borges. Kamazuli. It's his cross, but it's straight to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malta have had one or two decent results in friendlies during this season. Of course, that recent win in Luxembourg. They also beat Israel by 2-1 and drew 2-2 away to Greece back in November. It was 10 years since they last won away from home in the European qualifiers. They are capable of the odd surprise draw down the years. Croatia, Germany, Czechia, Portugal, Switzerland and Turkey have all dropped points to Malta down the years. And at the moment, Ukraine have only had one shot on target from 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. He continues his duel with Steve Borges. And Ukraine really need the victory here, because in September they have away games against both England and Italy. England at the moment the only side with a 100% record in the group, although I suppose Malta do in terms of defeats. The games against Italy for Ukraine promise to be very significant ones at this stage, as Jones has been caught by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 now with Inter Miami in MLS in the United States, having moved from Shakhtar. Well, there's a mistake by Steve Borges. Van Aert, and Borges did well to come back and make the challenge. And the referee is just spotting maybe a rather fractious relationship between Van Aert and Borges. Two players at either ends of their careers, but they've been involved in one or two meaty challenges so far. Muscat. Now Jones. Malta's best opportunity in the first half, but he sold Touma short there. Malinovsky. Jody Jones plays for Notts County, a famous old team in English football. And they've been around since the 1860s, and they were promoted back into the English Football League in a dramatic penalty shootout at Wembley Stadium at the end of the season. Jones was heavily involved in that. It does show that Malta have to sometimes go deep into leagues to find their players. Yarmolenko, met by Borges. Touma. And Teddy Touma plays for Union Saint-Gilloise in Belgium, who were involved in a thrilling title race there. Sudakov, Yarmolenko, Shigankov, and it breaks down on Wokwo. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 though winning it back. Konoplia is still forward, but under pressure from Kamazuli, he's unable to keep the ball in play. Vitaly Mykolenko is warming up. One of the players who was left out following the victory against North Macedonia. Matvienko, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and that's a good ball. The space for the shot, but it's over the top. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 coming inside and wasn't picked up. Found well by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and he was given the room to turn, and he tried to shape that ball, but really got underneath it. Ukraine with more attempts on goal. But both sides have had one on target. Kuitsov. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malta will have eyes firmly fixed on the half-time whistle now and getting into the dressing room on level terms. Malinovsky, now Kuitsov. And it's loose from Yarmolenko, and as you can see, he's frustrated by that. And maybe on one or two occasions, Ukraine are just guilty of trying to force things here. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is a player who features for a side who performed very well both in Belgian football and in Europe this season. But the bulk of the Malta squad play domestically, and there are others who are dotted around in the lower reaches of European football. We mentioned Jody Jones, who was in the 5th tier of English football this season. And Jean Borges, who was brought into the side tonight, plays for a side who have just been relegated to the 4th tier in Italy. Unsurprisingly, Ukraine with more of the possession. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲, and again it's brave goalkeeping from Bonello. He was caught there by Vanat. He was entitled to go for that, the centre forward, but Bonello seemed to get the brunt of it. Again, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲 in behind Mbong on this near side, and Vanat really clattering into the goalkeeper. Well, it was there to be won, but Bonello got there first. And he's maybe paid a price for his bravery there. Another good ball in from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Vanat has been looking to get across that near post on so many occasions. Bonello looks to be okay. The two goalkeepers on the bench, Matthew Grech and Matthias de Bono, have not played a single international game between them. Grech is the more experienced, and he is warming up now. Bonello has had the gloves basically on his own for some time now. But it's an opportunity again for Marcolini just to get 1 or 2 points across, because his team have done well here. They've created chances. And Well, Bonello had to make one fine save to keep out 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Ukraine have been mainly restricted to efforts from long range. And 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 has a big 15 minutes coming up, and 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 has now received a yellow card for that challenge. It's the first card of the game. Well, he was on the stretch, and it was his follow-through which seemed to rattle Bonello's shoulder. Not for the first time in recent days. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 may believe his team have a good deal of improving to do in the second half. And they're still looking at that left hand. Matthew Gretsch could get an unexpected opportunity here, and it was the left hand which was really crunched by 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Doesn't look too good for the goalkeeper. We are close to half-time, but it's whether they are preferred to wait and see. We'll try and strap it up in the meantime. To have a fairly decent portion of added time here. We had the cooling break, and now this injury delay. And those are horrible ones for the goalkeeper when it's a ball you have to go for, but you also know that contact is imminent. But Bonello does have plenty to say with Andrei Yarmolenko there. And the two veterans trading one or two comments. And they will be working on that left hand throughout the half-time interval, you can be sure of that. And we are into a minimum of 7 more minutes. So a long way to go for Malta to get to half-time at 0-0. We are finally back underway. Tsigankov. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 doing well to offer nuisance value and win the ball back. Ombong. Muscat. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Now Ombong again. Jones is chasing. Hritsov gets there first. And Bonello is coming off. So there's a big moment in the game for Malta. Matthew Gretsch, who plays for Sirens, will be coming on to make his international debut, it seems. Bonello is talking to the bench. And 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, the player who will be coming on. Well, this is some time to make your international debut. But a big blow, a really big blow for Malta. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 has had long spells on the bench for his club this season. Made 15 appearances in total. 4 clean sheets for a team which finished in the lower reaches of the Maltese league. He's a player who has been around that league for some time. Often as a backup goalkeeper, he's the backup goalkeeper for his nation. And now he finally gets to make his debut. Oh, taking his time, but he manages to get the ball clear. 𝓤𝓐. And Bonello has been such a fixture for Malta for so many years. Made his debut back in 2012. But now it is up to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 as 𝓳𝓐 guides the ball behind. And it would have been a risk to try and get to half-time with Bonello nursing that injury, and clearly they believed it was a risk not worth taking. 𝓤𝓐. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Now Yarmolenko, Shagankov, Matvienko, and the shot. Oh, it's saved initially, is it? And Vanat is there, but Shagankov eventually scores. And Ukraine finally have the lead. Matthew 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲 making the initial save. Well, the goal has been ruled out, it seems. It is being checked. Benoit Milo, the VAR official, it was Malinovsky who made the initial shot, and Vanat was offside. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 pouring the ball to safety. Vanat's header then coming back off the post, and Shagankov was there to turn the ball in, but the flag already raised, and correctly. And that's a let-off for Matthew 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲, who did well to turn the ball aside. The first offside flag raised in the game, and it was a significant one for Malta. Vladislav Vanat just moving into an offside position before Malinovsky let fly. And Mikhailo Mudryk is on the bench, and you just wonder how long Rebrov will wait to see what happens at half-time. Now 𝓤𝓐 catching Matvienko. It will be a free kick. Well, no goals, but plenty of drama in the opening 45 minutes in 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malta have fully played their part. Stepanenko. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲. Yarmolenko. Konoplia on the overlap. Vanat waiting in the centre. Cut up though by Steve 𝓤𝓐. And there may just be time for the throw-in. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 does well. And it's a free kick for Malta. And we are into the 53rd minute of the first half here. Rebrov's team yet to break the deadlock against either Maltese goalkeeper. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with the header away. And Malta with an opportunity to mount the final attack of the first half. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And finally, that is half-time. Well, 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 forcing an excellent early save from Henry Bonello. He was then replaced, and Matthew Grech was beaten by the late header from 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but the flag was raised for offside. Teddy Tuma with a couple of opportunities for Malta, but Jody Jones blazing the best chance wide. And as a result of all of that, at half-time in 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, it is Ukraine 0, Malta 0.
До розіграшу
And welcome back to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Ukraine 0, Malta 0 at half-time. And Vitaly Mykolenko will be coming on for Ukraine at the start of the second half. Changes were key for the Ukrainians in their comeback victory against North Macedonia. And Mykola Matvienko, the player who makes way, so it's a straight swap. And Mykolenko comes on to win his 32nd cap. Malta, of course, have already replaced their goalkeeper. And Alexander 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 comes on for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 and 𝓳𝓸𝓲 in attack. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰.
Substitution for the national team of Malta. Instead of 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓷𝓰, now plays Alexander 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰.
The Italian club 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷 to Balzan in Malta.
Була заміна у складі національної збірної України. Замість Миколи Матвія, який відіграв номером 22, на поле вийшов Віталій Миколенко, номер 16.
A fascinating 45 minutes ahead. Goalless in 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. And Ukraine, wearing all blue, get the second half underway. Attacking the goal away to our right. And Vitaly Mykolenko coming on at half-time to replace Mykola Matvienko for Ukraine. And Alexander 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 also making his way onto the field for Malta to replace 𝓳𝓸𝓲 and 𝓳𝓸𝓲. Matthew Grech, their goalkeeper, of course, coming on for Henry Bonello late in the first half following injury. Yarmolenko. And support from Konoplia. Yarmolenko with the cross. Grech will be grateful that 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 unable to get a telling touch. And Jones in pursuit. And there's fresh legs alongside Jody Jones now. Satariano. Malinovsky. He went down under the challenge of Mbong. And the free kick's been given. And an opportunity for Ukraine to send Zabarnyi and Krytsov forward. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with a good ball in, and Stepanenko at the far post. The player who got the final touch. Well, Malta scored an own goal against England after a devilish delivery on Friday, and it was almost a repeat there. Steve Borge, the player who was lunging in, he couldn't get the touch, and Stepanenko unable to divert it on target. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷, cleverly done. Mykolenko with the cross, it's deflected, and Tuma is there to guide the ball clear. Sudakov. Mykolenko, he continues his run. It's a good delivery, but Yarmolenko unable to apply the finishing touch. Konoplia, another deep cross. Oh, and Tuma trying to find his goalkeeper. It's loose. The shot is blocked, appeals for a penalty. And in the end, it's scrambled clear. Goodness me, all sorts happening inside the penalty area. Stepanenko, the player who fired the shot in. And now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, the referee, does halt play because Steve Borges is the player down. Benoit Milo, the VAR official, is looking at a potential penalty inside the penalty area. Konoplia is suggesting it hit the defender on the elbow. Tuma looking to find 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and Yarmolenko found himself blocked off, and then it did strike Borges, but his body was turned away from the ball. It was Borges who collided with 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Yarmolenko was also involved there. Then Van Aert kept out by the goalkeeper, and Borges blocked the shot, but it's doubtful that he knew too much about it. Van Aert seeing his shot blocked on the line, then Stepanenko letting fly. And 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 is being encouraged to head across to the screen here to look at this himself. And checking if the handball was deliberate. Well, it was Borges who came across, but it did seem to strike Steve Borges. Jean Borges with the initial challenge, and then, well, it did seem to hit Borges actually on the elbow before it came to Steve Borges. And Jean Borges' arm was some way from the body, and it's a penalty. Jean Borges, the player who was penalised, it was his initial deflection before it hit Steve Borges on the shoulder. Van Aert was kept out, his shot striking the knee of Matthew 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. Jean Borges is shown the yellow card for his role in the penalty, and now Matthew 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷, on his international debut, will face a penalty from Andrei Yarmolenko. A real disparity in international experience here. Yarmolenko against 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Can the Maltese goalkeeper make himself a real hero here? It's Yarmolenko. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Another opportunity spurned for Ukraine. Shigankov with a delivery. And Malta breathe easily once again. Yarmolenko clipping the ball over 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷, but too high in the end. And the crossbar shakes. And Malta with a reprieve. Well, Ukraine have had their opportunities, and that's the clearest cut so far, but it's still goalless here. Stepanenko, Konoplia, and they're queuing up, knotted down by Van Aert, but in the end Malta will clear, and now they will look to break with Jones. Țătăreanu is forward in support, but Jones is just run off it by Krytsov. And is this turning into one of those days for Ukraine? 10 attempts on goal now. They are yet to breach the Maltese defences. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but it's beyond 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. There's still plenty of smiles among those supporting Ukraine in Slovakia. 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 in pursuit. With his shadow, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will shepherd the ball behind. And there is plenty of talent warming up for Ukraine, including Mikhailo Mudryk. Yarmolenko maybe still chuntering to himself about the one which got away. And there's no doubt that Mudryk is very popular with the youngsters here. And he had a match-winning intervention against North Macedonia. Konoplia. It's cut out by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Ǩemenzuļi will try and bring the ball clear, but here is Stepanenko. Malinovsky. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Krytsov. And 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 forcing 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 to scamper. Malinovsky. Now Stepanenko. Konoplia. Tzagankov. Sulukhov's ball forward is cut out. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Țățăreanu. And he's gone down, clutching his face in the end. It was Malinovsky with the challenge, and there will be a card. Alexander țățăreanu gradually gets back to his feet. Well, he did well to hold off the challenge initially, and maybe got a finger in the eye from Malinovsky. Yellow card for him. Now Mbong looking to turn away from Mykolenko. He kept the ball in play. Mykolenko has hold of his shirt, but Mbong continues into the penalty area. In the end, it's cleared by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. But here is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Ǩemenzuļi. And Jean Borges will go all the way back to Grech, who in the midst of the chaos in the build-up to the penalty made a good save to keep out 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. I'm not sure he knew too much about it, but his knee did just enough. He didn't have to make the save as far as the penalty was concerned. 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷. Yarmolenko. Tzagankov makes the run to the near post. Yarmolenko's shot, though, is blocked by Borges. Ǩemenzuļi clears. Now Stepanenko, but he runs out of room. Yarmolenko there looking to make amends for the penalty miss. Did have players in support, but found 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 to be an immovable object. țățăreanu fighting for the clearance from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but losing out to 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Tzagankov claimed he was pushed over by Muscat, but here is Mbong. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 pulling wide, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 on the edge of the area. And he fouls Mykolenko, it will be a free kick. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 heavily outnumbered there and took matters into his own hands. Chergankov was convinced he should have had a free kick earlier in the move. Chergankov with a disallowed goal in this game. Yarmolenko with a missed penalty. Both goalkeepers for Malta, Henry Bonello and Matthew Gretsch, have both made fine saves. And it's still goalless as we approach the hour mark. Lombong. Kamanzuli. Oh, it's been missed by Stepanenko. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Yankam was the target of the pass. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And now Malinovsky, but it was well seen by Zach Muscat. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Jones. Jean Borges. Kamanzuli. Here is Jones. He's onside. Back to Kamanzuli. And the cross is eventually cleared by Kritsov. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. That's a good ball. Here is Lombong. Cut back to Jean Borges and Yankam. Trubin makes the save, but Yannick Yankam close to making a name for himself there for Malta. Did well to improvise, to create the opportunity. Sharp save from Anatoly Trubin in the end. And Malta are well in this game. Mykolenko. And the cross in from Malinovsky is overhead. That will give Malta the opportunity to take time off the clock. And they will also make a change. Sean Dimesh is coming on to replace Jody Jones, who had that glorious chance in the first half. Plays for Valletta, comes on to win his 19th cap. Did score in a win against Andorra in the Uefa Nations League, but a goal here tonight would carry a good deal more attention. Dimesh will take his place just behind 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malinovsky. Free kick conceded by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Change is imminent for Ukraine as well. Artem Dovbyk, one of the players who's coming on. Chergankov caught by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 there. Dovbyk and Bielski. The players who come on. Vanat, who had his chances. He's replaced by Anton Dovbyk. And Malinovsky, the other to make way. And Bielski, who has been a perennial at Dynamo Kyiv for a decade now. Dovbyk scored that famous winner against Sweden. Another shot from Yarmolenko, blocked at the near post by Grech. An opportunity for the player who's just come on, 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, to try and break, but in the end, it was a forlorn hope. But Artem Dovbyk has had a prolific season for 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 in the Ukrainian league. Yarmolenko. And his goal-scoring record for Ukraine is very good. 6 goals in 17 games. Tzhigankov, and the header from 𝓤𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, Grech with 2 very brave saves. And the second Malta goalkeeper may now require treatment. 𝓤𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 arriving there with some pace. Lebrov is just having words with Bastian Descheppi, the 4th official, but it's another opportunity. 𝓤𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with a brave header, and then the rebound smothered by Grech. Stooping in as the boots were flying. But Matthew Grech has been unorthodox at times, but he is getting the job done for Malta at the moment. Dovbyk scored in that last 16 game at the last Euros, right at the end of extra time for Ukraine to beat Sweden. 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 won the closest challengers to Shakhtar Donetsk this season in the end. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with the free kick. Konoplia, one-way traffic at the moment. Stepanenko. Coulommiers, though, just holding him up. Konoplia. Michalenko. And Coulommiers getting through a huge amount of work. And still no Mykhailo Mudryk for Ukraine. And Țătăreanu sliding in there. The crowd were looking for a free kick, but no real complaints from Zabarnyi. The clock is ticking for Ukraine here, with away games coming up against both England and Italy. This would be a very damaging result. 𝓤𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will clear. Krytsov. Of course, in a sense, every game is an away game for Ukraine at the moment, but considering where they are in the world rankings and where Malta are, this will be considered a shock scoreline. Yarmolenko's cross is blocked. 13 efforts on goal now for Ukraine, 7 of those on target. Malta yet to have one since half-time. Apart from the shot from Yankan, which was saved, and now Muscat, under pressure from Mykolenko, concedes the corner. Maybe he could come up with a winning goal against Ukraine again, you never know. Well, Ukraine's second corner in the game. Dovbyk and 𝓤𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, 2 of the targets. It was in towards 𝓤𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Trubin. Mykolenko. Zabanye, Konoplia, Stepanenko, Shagankov, Dovbyk, Bielski, Yarmolenko goes down. It's another penalty. And again, it was Jean Bourges who was involved. And he could be in real trouble here, already booked for giving away the first penalty. Well, Marcolini, the Maltese coach, left frustrated. Dovbyk with a header down, Bielski, the player who then laid it down, and VAR are checking for a potential offside leading up to the penalty. There did seem to be contact between Bourges and Yarmolenko. But Benoit Milo, the VAR official, is involved again. The check has been completed. Steve Bourges is the player who has been shown a yellow card for dissent. And there will be a long delay before this penalty is taken. And it's Viktor Shagankov who will take the responsibilities after Yarmolenko's earlier miss. Vitaly Bielski, the player who is receiving treatment. Shagankov with the cross. It was nodded down by Dovbyk. Bielski was then caught by Bourges. And then it was Jean Bourges with the challenge on Yarmolenko. It looked to be a late challenge as well by Steve Bourges on Bielski. Either potentially could have been a penalty. Well, Matthew Grech in the spotlight for Malta once again, and this time it will be Viktor Shagankov. Scored the winning goal against North Macedonia on Friday, and he looks to score the opening goal here tonight. A second penalty for Ukraine in this second half. This time it's Shagankov against Grech. And Shagankov looking to keep his focus. Shagankov makes no mistake. And Ukraine have the goal they were craving. Belated delight for those in 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. It's been a ragged second half from Ukraine, but they finally have what they were looking for. Malta giving away two penalties for the second successive game. It was Jean Bourges, the player who was penalised for the second time here tonight. And Shagankov dispatching the penalty with a degree of style. And finally, Ukraine take the lead. And there will now be a cooling break following that goal. Well, Bourges not booked for his role in the penalty. His namesake, Steve Bourges, did receive a yellow card, seemingly for dissent. And there'll be some relief on and off the field here for Ukraine. In the circumstances, any sort of victory is a good one for Ukraine. And they will look to try and put pressure on Italy, who are not involved in the European qualifiers during this international window. And they still have to play them twice. Mudryk still on the sidelines, but Malta have just over 14 minutes to try and chase the game. 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 has been fouled by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Here is 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, and at times Michele can look back on moments in games, in both of the games against England and Ukraine, and conceding 4 penalties gives you very little chance of taking anything from either. They were 3 goals down before half-time on Friday against England. A different story here tonight. Ukraine have had to wait a long time for the opening goal. And it's an 11th international goal from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲, now Bielski. And Mykolenko's shot spins away off Umborg, and it will be a corner kick. And Ukraine very quickly looking to put this game away. It's high in towards Yarmolenko. Stepanenko winning the header. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 was looking to fasten onto the ball, but Kamenzuli will clear. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Yannick Yankam with a good chance for Malta in the second half when it was still 0-0. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, the referee, is just encouraging Ukraine to get on with things here. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 closed down by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷. Kamenzuli. Did it go behind for a corner kick? It did. And Malta beginning to look a bit wary here, having put so much into the game to keep it at 0-0 for so long. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲 with the corner kick, and the header from 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓲. Well, he scored with a glancing header on Friday in Skopje, but it's wide on this occasion. Rising above Steve Borges. I'm not sure that Gretsch would have got there. Golomir. Satariano, but the ball is some way beyond him. But Michele Marcolini is not a man who looks like he's giving this game up. Ukraine are looking to make more changes, but Mudryk does not appear to be one of them. Jean Borges, Kamanzuli, and 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 sliding across to concede the throw-in. Kamanzuli, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Malta will look back on that great chance for Jody Jones in the first half, volleying wide, unmarked inside the penalty area. Muscat. Yankam looking to keep it alive. Dimesh is also forward. Golomier winning it back from Shigankov. Solid challenge though from Mykolenko, but here is Mbong. And both Mykolenko and Mbong go down. And in the end, a free kick has been given to Ukraine, and Mykolenko looks to be in some pain here. Mykolenko sliding in initially to deny Golomier, and when he quickly got back to his feet as Mbong arrived, and maybe just clipped the end of his foot. Mykolenko is quickly back on his feet. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will now be coming on for Ukraine, and Andrei Yarmolenko will come off. Taras Stepanenko takes the armband. Well, Yarmolenko's had his chances, notably from the penalty spot, but his 46th international goal not arriving here tonight. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 who comes on. This is 56th cap, made his debut 9 years ago. And he's another player who is a real symbol of the club side from the Ukrainian capital. Borges with the header away. Bialski. And the throw-in conceded by Mbong. No offside, of course, from the throw-in. Bialski. Oh, Stepanenko got it all wrong. Yankam. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Having been swept away on Friday, Malta have made of sterner stuff here, but 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 does well to rob Shigankov, having initially given the ball away. Kamanzuli. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Dimesh makes the run beyond him. Oh, but the pass doesn't find 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Instead, 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 finding the support from Sudakov, but 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 has really been a team leader for Malta. Scored 3 times in the Uefa Europa League this season for Union Saint-Gilloise, and as part of another near thing for them in the Belgian title race. Mbong going down under that challenge from Bialski, but play continues. But in the end, Sudakov, the player who went down, and the free kick's been given for the earlier challenge. That was 𝓣𝓱𝓪𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 clashing with 𝓣𝓐𝓐, which left the Maltese player on the ground. But it's Ukraine who have the free kick. And it's been an untidy performance at times from the Ukrainian side, but they are edging towards a very important victory. And they would be moving up to second place as it stands in the group behind England. And England playing North Macedonia later on this evening at Old Trafford. Wembley is being used for a number of pop concerts at the moment, so the national team have moved. Krytsov. Mykolenko. And Bong having to track his run once again. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Mykolenko made the move inside. It was the right sort of idea. Sergei Rebrov has seen his side strike late for the second successive game, but he'll know that they can't always rely on their powers of recovery to pick up points in this group, particularly with England and Italy coming up in September. Malta will have a home game with North Macedonia. Bong on the chase. And it's a goal kick in the end. But moments of positivity for Michele Marcolini, the coach of Malta. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will be coming on. Scored a very late equaliser the last time Malta picked up a point in the European qualifiers in a 2-2 draw against Cyprus. Shigankov cut out by 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. If there is to be an equaliser here for Malta, it will be coming very late in the day. Ukraine still have to play England and Italy at home, and the venues for those matches are yet to be decided. Joseph Mbong replaced by Jürgen Di Gabriele. Di Gabriele scored 14 times during the Maltese season. Teddy Tuma also coming off, and it's Jake Gretsch who will come on to replace him. So two players who play for Hibernians. And both had very good scoring seasons. Gretsch scored 13 times. And Di Gabriele scored 14 times this season in the Maltese Premier League. And they need a goal here. Ukraine, of course, will be playing their matches. Home game still to come. At neutral venues, we'll have to wait and see. They've received good support here in 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, which is 1,250 kilometers from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, in the west of Slovakia, 50 kilometers northeast of Bratislava, the capital. Shigankov. Now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Krytsov. Now Bialski. Dovbyk. Grech does well. But here is Mykolenko. It's deep. Tzhygankov was maybe winding up for the big volley, but Kamanzuli concedes the corner first. Good running again, but good goalkeeping. Matthew Grech has done well. His international debut, unexpected international debut, forcing Dovbyk wide there. Tzhygankov with the corner. And it's Krytsov who won the header, but no direction. Andrei Yarmolenko moves his side a seconds away from a victory, but it's the sort of game that he may not look back on with too much fondness, missing his big opportunities. Now an opportunity for 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰, but he pushes over Krytsov and it will be a free kick.
Now, King.
Well, he knew he was second favourite there. Alexander 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will now be coming on for Ukraine. Just an opportunity to wind down the clock. We are into added time, and there will be a minimum of 6 more minutes. 𝓳𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Was behind Dovbyk. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 looking to win it back. Stepanenko losing out. And Malta now will try and break themselves with 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. And the cross was deflected. Țătăreanu was lurking on the shoulder of the last defender, Jan Kam. And he only picks out Tzhygankov. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Sudakov, now Stepanenko. Malta here, dropping deep. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. They need to try and keep as many bodies forward as they can. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Sudakov. Bialski. Jean Borges was in the way, but here is Stepanenko. Bialski. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Cut out by Muscat. And an opportunity now for Țătăreanu to chase, but 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷 will get there first. Truban just taking the touch, and he was on the stretch for a second. And he's had little to do, Anatoly Truban. A couple of saves in the game. Also saw that volley from Jody Jones flash wide. Had that been on target, I don't think he would have got there. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷. Krytsov. Dovbyk. Tzhygankov. Sviatok is still waiting to come on. Ukraine just looking to play keep ball now to wind down the clock. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓷𝓰. Sudakov. There's a missed kick from Dimesh. Sudakov. It's cut down by Steve Borges. Mykolenko. Tzagankov unable to link up with 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Fits off with the header away, but it's moved forward and will interest the run of 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰. Looks like Viktor Tzagankov will have earned 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰's team 3 points here from the penalty spot. They had to work incredibly hard, Ukraine, to break down an obdurate Malta team, but now 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 maybe had the opportunity to let fly with the left foot. Tzagankov does, and 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 makes another good save. Well, he's had a debut to remember, Matthew 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷, only beaten by a penalty. Tzagankov there, such a clever player in that sort of situation. But 𝓳𝓸𝓲 palming the ball into a safe area, and Tzagankov will now be replaced, and 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 will come on to replace him. Only 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰's second cap. But Tzagankov taking the applause. 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰's been around for some time. He was a runner-up in the Europa League back in 2015 for Dnipro. Now plays for the new club from that city, Dnipro 1. He won't have long on the field. 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓲𝓷𝓰 with the flick. Konoplia. 𝓣𝓸𝓲𝓷 still onside. Mykolenko. And he's launched it. And Malta will try and send players forward now. This could be their last opportunity. Italiano beaten to it, quickly returned. Oh, and it almost fell for 𝓳𝓸𝓲𝓷𝓼. Mykolenko. Now Muscat. Golamier losing out to Stepanenko. Serdorchuk. We are into the 97th minute. And that's it. Back-to-back victories for Ukraine, but this one hard-earned for Sergei Rebrov and his team. They saw their captain, Andrei Yarmolenko, strike the crossbar with a penalty early in the second half, but Viktor Tzagankov kept his cool when Jean Borges felled Yarmolenko 20 minutes from time. 20 minutes from time. Malta offered sustained resistance throughout the game. In the end, Ukraine have got the job done, and it's 2 wins from 3 in Group C of the European qualifiers for Rebrov and his men. Malta deserves some credit, but it's Ukraine who take the points in the end. Full time in Trnava. Ukraine 1, Malta 0.